I love it when people think outside the box for gift giving, and it's not just this feeding frenzy of purchasing.
Yeah. Running to the store the last minute to
I
fill a
love that
box.
one. The 4
I
gift
would never
rule.
do that. I mean, that's
Handmade.
No,
Not so
I'm saying
funny.
I would never be the mom who runs to the store the day before Christmas or Christmas
grab
Eve
things.
to get gifts. Hey everyone, this is Yvette Hampton. Welcome back to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast and Merry Christmas. I'm here with Aby Rinella. Abby, it's Christmas Day.
Hey, Merry Christmas Day.
It's so fun. I mean, it's not Christmas Day while we're recording this because
No.
that
Because
would be
I
weird.
would not. That would be. I'm not going to get up Christmas morning and
Right.
record.
Right.
But
At
it's exciting
7 o'clock
to
in the morning.
think. No, it's exciting because actually on Christmas morning, what will you be doing? Like right now, as people are listening, it's Christmas morning, but we're not recording.
I will
but what
still
will
be
you be
sleeping.
doing? Right now at 7:30?
Absolutely.
Wait, what
Abby,
time is
have
it where
you
you
not
are?
met me?
It's 8:30.
It's 8:30 where I am. It's 7:30 where
yeah.
you are.
So will
and
you
it's
still
Christmas.
be sleeping at 8:30?
Yes.
Will your-
No, I'll probably be. I'm usually up by like 7:30.
Will your
8
kids be
o'clock.
still sleeping? Even on Christmas
Absolutely.
morning?
Yes, because we
Okay.
so one of our traditions,
Yes.
which we're going to talk about today.
Yes, we're
One of our
jumping right in.
traditions is that we open up gifts on Christmas at midnight. So like Christmas Eve,
Whoa.
midnight of Christmas Day.
Morning.
Yes. So we will be up until, I don't know, probably 1 or 2 in
Oh,
the
yeah,
morning. Well,
playing with all
that
of
sounds
them.
like we have like millions of gifts. It's going to take us
No.
2 whole hours to open gifts.
But you have to inspect every gift deeply and play with it and use it and try it on.
And it's the whole experience, and we have Christmas
Yes.
music and candles and like it's
Wow.
really fun. And so we will have been up
Yes.
until
Okay.
But
Okay.
I mean, you know this about me, and our listeners know this about me. We are not morning people
I know.
at all.
It's crazy. You're late nighters.
We are late nighters always. So yeah, we will still be snoozing because there will be no good reason
Oh.
for us to be up super
So
early.
right now, while people are listening to this, you're still asleep.
Yes, I'm still asleep because I'm sure that people are going to listen to this on Christmas morning
At
as soon
7:30
as
a.m.
at 7:30 a.m. as soon as it goes live. Oh
No.
man, we are going to talk about Christmas traditions. But before we get into our amazing conversation this week with Abby, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit them, ctcmath.com. You can try them out for free, and they have a 12-month money back, 100% money back guarantee, which is amazing.
That
So
is
maybe
amazing.
you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas and you want math. Someone
No.
to teach math to your kids
Then
for
I
Christmas.
would say ask for counseling.
Oh, well.
Right?
that's
If
true.
you want math for Christmas.
No,
I get
if
it.
you
If
want someone
someone to teach your
to
kids.
teach, yeah,
Oh, that's a good gift.
right?
That's
that
an
would be a good
excellent
gift.
gift.
Yes.
Totally.
Merry Christmas to me. I don't want to teach math to my kids ever. So I'm going to do CTC Math and let them teach it for me.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
See how I did that? That was cool, huh?
Good job. Super working it into Christmas.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to talk. Okay, this is really funny, you guys. For the past 5 years, 6 years, we're going into season 7. This is our last episode of season
Unbelievable.
6. Can you believe it?
That is crazy.
It's so crazy. So we've been doing this a long time together.
Wow.
And for the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, we've done a Christmas episode. And so this year we were like, we've run out of things to talk about.
No,
What do
because
we
we've
talk
done
about?
some killer. So actually,
I
I would
know.
just suggest if you, well, no, this would slit our throats. But I'm like, if you're bored of us talking, like we have some really great Christmas episodes you could go
Yeah.
back and listen to. We
They're
should
not
probably link them
bored
all.
of us.
No, they're not bored of us, but we should probably link all the Christmas episodes that we've done.
We
in
will.
case you guys aren't sick of Christmas and you want to listen to Christmas episodes all of January,
Yeah.
we have your back.
What's your favorite one? I know mine.
Oh, I know mine is the same as yours, the one about Mary.
Yes. And
That's
Esther.
absolutely
Yeah.
my favorite Christmas
Yep.
episode ever. And the problem is we set the bar so high that every other year we're like,
Right.
let's talk about
Cookies and
stockings
cookie dough
cookies.
and our baking day.
Yes, but that was such a great one.
Yes.
Because I think that's encouraging for any time of the year, honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And in a nutshell, if you guys haven't heard that one, and we will link it in the show notes so you can go back and listen to it. If you have not listened to that one, we talked about Mary, the mother of Jesus, and how she was a young woman who just was simply willing to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she said yes to God, and she changed the world. Well,
Right.
Jesus changed the world, but he used Mary to bring Jesus into the world. And she was an ordinary girl who said
like
yes.
us.
And so
Yep.
just like us, we're just
Yep.
ordinary women And when I say us, I don't mean Abby and I mean all of
No,
us,
all
like
of us.
collectively,
Yeah.
us
Just
mamas.
us moms today in this year. And I think that's all God really requires from us is just to say yes and then trust him to show up in all the details.
Yeah. Yeah. Obey him. Obedience.
Yes,
That's what he wants.
absolutely. Okay, so what are you going to be having for breakfast right now when you wake up this
Oh,
Christmas morning?
Abby. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut to the food because
No, I
you
know,
don't
because
have a Christmas episode without food.
Here's the thing, though.
What?
If people, again, have listened to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast for any length of time, they
You
also
don't
know I
cook.
do not like to cook.
I know, but you might be like, I went to Safeway and got donuts.
We don't have
Wait, what
Safeway
is
in Oklahoma.
Safeway? I don't even know what a Safeway is. We don't have them either. Maybe it's a drugstore. Don't go there and get donuts. I thought it was a grocery store.
Safeway is a grocery store.
Oh, okay.
They have them in California.
That's funny. We don't have them, but it just popped into
It's
my
funny
head.
that you said that then.
Because our grocery stores we don't have chains here. So our
Oh.
grocery stores are all just these little locally owned. So I couldn't be like, go to Atkinson's because you guys wouldn't know what that was. So I just picked a name of something and Safeway came into my mind.
Oh, that's really
But
funny.
you could go to McDonald's and get breakfast, morning breakfast.
No,
for
we don't eat
Christmas.
at McDonald's.
Good job. We don't eat.
Yeah. Last time I
Okay,
ate there, I got sick.
But what
and
will
swore
you
it
do
off
for
forever.
Christmas morning food?
I don't know, Abby. That's a very big question. we don't have like a Christmas breakfast tradition. We do have like the day that we decorate for Christmas, we
Oh.
make cinnamon rolls
Oh.
in the morning,
Okay.
which is fun. And so that's kind of our special thing that day. But I don't have a great Christmas breakfast
Probably
tradition.
because you guys have been up so late opening. I love that you guys
Right.
do that late night. My family would have been like, my kids would fall asleep in the middle of the living room. We couldn't hack it.
Oh.
You will never meet such two opposite yet
I
two
know.
closer people as us. Like,
It's so funny.
but yet so similar too. Like,
I know.
I don't know because
Well, here's the thing. The thing that we have in common, which is
Are the important
Jesus
things.
and family, is the
Yeah.
most important thing.
Exactly.
We just do
Exactly.
life differently, but we
Yes.
do Jesus the same.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
yeah.
And we we like things like a good lip gloss. We have that kind of stuff in common.
No, Abby, no,
You-
I don't wear lip gloss.
Well, whatever.
Do you know I only ever put anything on my lips when I'm recording for this podcast?
Really?
I literally, I put chapstick on.
I put chapstick on. Yeah. I don't put
I don't
color
do
on,
lip
but
gloss or lipstick though.
I put chapstick on. I don't do
Yeah.
lipstick.
Oh, okay.
I've never done lipstick.
And I
I'll
don't
do
like lip gloss because it makes my lips sticky.
sticky. All right, fine.
And I do not like the way that makes my lips feel. So no, chapstick or like, Vaseline, something like that. But no,
There you
I'm
go.
not a lipstick girl. But I do wear lipstick for our listeners. For those who
Yeah.
are watching this on YouTube, which by the way, if you are, would you like and subscribe? Like push the little thumbs up thing and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, because for goodness sake, we got up this morning and put on lip gloss for this. I haven't put on lip gloss in 6 months. But here we are. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
just for you, because we love you
Just for
guys
you.
so much.
Ah.
So as I
Okay.
was saying, we
Yes.
were trying to figure out like what we were going to do about the Christmas episode. And then
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, it would be so fun to just find out like what are some of the traditions of our listeners? Because I
Totally.
think sometimes we think, well, we know all the traditions and we've talked
Right.
about them because you and I have done them. Oh,
Right.
no, that's not the case. Because we
No.
went out to our audience and said, hey, what are some of your traditions? And people just like bombarded us with a list
And
of
ones
things.
that I've never thought of,
I know.
Like you said, you think you know all the Christmas traditions,
Right.
like everybody gets a special ornament for the year. But
Right.
but there were
You
some
bake
that I was like,
cookies.
never thought of that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that this week. And I know it's Christmas week, so it's not like you could do them this year because now Christmas is here.
Right.
But for next year, maybe you could take some of these ideas and
Yeah,
you could
implement them.
run with them with your family.
I actually like that we're telling them post Christmas because sometimes when I see like these lists or hear these things from people, I'm like, oh no, I have to do all that this year. Like I just feel
Right.
that like I'm one of those people that if I listen to a podcast and they talk about a book, I got to buy the book. So I'd be listening
Yeah.
to this right now, writing down all the traditions, going, oh no, we have to do them all. And I've freed myself from that after many years to realize that's not helping. But what's fun is that we're telling you them and it's too late. You can't do them this year. So we're not going to stress you out. But you can, the ones that really resonate that you're going to remember next year, you can do those ones without having to feel like you have to do all of them.
Right. So here's a good idea. Maybe
Yeah.
write down some of the ones that you really like,
Yeah.
put it on a piece of paper and put it with your Christmas decorations so
Next
that
year.
the day after Halloween, when you decorate your house for Christmas, because that's like the first day of the Christmas season, right?
Okay.
Then
we're not going to get into an argument here.
we're not decorated yet. And it's
Oh.
November, just so all y'alls know. when
y'all's
we're
know.
recording this. It's November and we have not yet decorated for Christmas, but we are going to do that this week.
You are. So you're
Yes.
pre-Thanksgiving decorator.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
yes. Yeah, for sure. We like to
Don't
have
say it
things.
like it's the only way, because
It's the only way,
it's-
Abby. It's biblical.
Did you hear
I'm
her?
pretty
She
sure.
said it like, oh yes, and if you don't, there's something wrong with you. I'll tell you the truth. We're right after Thanksgiving.
Mm.
But do you
It
think?
doesn't give
Okay,
you
let me
enough
ask you this.
time.
I agree. However, couple things we have to talk about. One, do you decorate for Thanksgiving? Like, do you do that?
No, not really.
Okay, so we have a lot of really fun fall Thanksgiving-y things, so we can't take that down. Then here's another thing. We use a live tree because we go cut our tree.
Right.
So
That's
if
right.
we were to cut our tree at the beginning of November, do you know what our tree would look like on Christmas morning?
That's true.
It would be a
Good
pile of dead needles. So we've discovered that if you get it Thanksgiving week, you cannot get a tree before Thanksgiving weekend or it's donezo.
Well, our
So-
Martha Stewart tree has no problem being up for like 8 months.
Yeah,
So
she's like, put me up at Valentine's Day. I'm ready for it.
someone gave us a Martha Stewart tree a couple years ago and it's beautiful and it has
Aw.
like frosted, little what
I
what
don't
are the
know.
things called?
Little lights?
No.
Little
The
balls?
pine
Pine
what-
needles?
Yeah, pine needles, but what are the things? Oh my
Pine
gosh.
cones.
No.
Oh, shoot.
Yes,
What it could be?
pine cones
Squirrels.
too.
No, I'm
What?
kidding.
Sounds like
A
we're Sutter-
frosted squirrel on the tree?
No. Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. I'm telling you guys, this is my COVID brain. And I haven't had COVID in
Oh.
2 years. I lose words, like very common words. Still. Not as
Oh.
often.
So you guys are never going to know what Yvette
Branches.
frosts on her tree. Oh, there it is. Branches. She has frosted branches.
Literally, that was the word I was trying to think of. Branches.
We should do a game. Yvette has frosted blank on her tree, and the person that's closest to the right answer wins something amazing.
Oh, dear. Isn't that horrible?
I thought
Okay,
it
we
was
definitely
squirrels.
need to go to a break right now because we do not
Okay,
have frosted
let's
squirrels.
regroup. You guys,
But
we're
we
going to
do
regroup.
have Martha Stewart frosted branches.
Okay,
on
come
our
back
tree.
and we're going to pull it together and have a serious conversation.
We'll be right back. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this show possible. BJU Press Homeschool, CTC Math, Apologia, and IEW. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. Visit the show notes for links to these great companies and thank them for supporting the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast. We are back with Abby. All right, before the break, I finally got my word branches that I was looking for.
Okay,
Isn't that
because you
sad?
have a Martha Stewart tree that you put up. You're going to put up. You put up like early November, and then we talked about how
Yes.
I can't put ours up till right after Thanksgiving. But somebody told me the coolest idea, and I don't think it would work for our family because we have a live tree, so it's like totally dead by Christmas. But you know how when you take all the Christmas stuff down, your house just feels so sad and empty
Yeah.
and like big and dark, like you don't have the glowing of the lights.
Right?
Somebody told me that if I guess you'd have to have a fake tree to do this, but they leave up their tree with the lights. They take down all the ornaments and they take down all the Christmas decorations, but then they leave up like winter for January. So they
Oh, wow.
leave the tree up with just lights and frosted squirrels and just like leave up all the wintry things just to kind of ease yourself out. And I love that idea.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's just
cool.
sad after Christmas when you take it all down.
Yes, yeah, it is. Though maybe it depends on the size of your tree because our tree is really big and it kind of takes up a lot of space in our living room.
So it feels good to have it down and clean.
Kind of. And yeah, I
yeah.
think I get that because it's like the first couple of days, you almost feel like the room's empty.
Oh yeah, totally.
But
But then it also
I
feels
do like
roomy
having-
and clean.
yes, that's the
Yeah,
thing is
totally.
you've never been to my house, Abby. But
I know because you live like
um,
in a whole nother part of the world.
we do. I've been to your house,
Yes,
but
you
you've
have.
never been to my house.
It's true.
But our house, I'm kind of a minimalist. I think because of us living in the RV for so long.
Yeah.
I do not have a lot of clutter at all. So our house is nicely decorated, but it's simple. Like I just don't have a lot of junk.
Yeah,
So
right.
I like this simple, like open,
Right.
just clean look
Yes.
to it. So
totally.
it almost feels cluttered with
At
the Christmas tree and all this stuff. And I love it. Like I totally
Yeah.
love it for
Yeah.
the season, but it's like this weird, like mental thing. As soon as Christmas Day is over, I'm done. Like, I'm like, okay, it's time to get it down.
Me
and
too.
I'm totally done with it.
And my family goes nuts because they're like, Mom, could we at least unwrap the last gift before you tear everything out of this house? And it's not that I don't love having Christmas. There is just that, like, I need the clean and it's also like, okay, back to reality, people. Let's clean the house and get things. I get it. And then
Back
I want
in
live
order.
plants for some reason, always in January, because we have such a, you know, where we live, it's like the Arctic in January. So I like to bring in something living in the house that's not the tree.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, let's read about other people's stuff that they have going on.
Oh, it's so much fun. It has been so much fun reading through some of these.
Yeah.
So the first one, these are in no particular order, but the first one I wanted to talk about, this is from my friend Barbara Bailey, and she is a sweet friend of mine. She's from California. We did CC together. We've known each other for years and years. We actually did a co-op together before CC, and they're just a lovely family. And so Barbara, this one is yours, as you will recognize. And she said, we celebrate as a nuclear family unit on Christmas Eve morning.
Okay.
We started this when we still had so many local grandparents to visit on Christmas Day. My kids now love it and wouldn't do it any other way. And so that's fun because that's just a different time, kind of like we do ours at midnight, Christmas Eve / Christmas morning. And that's what we do is it's just us. It's just the four of us.
Right.
And we just open our gifts and it's just quiet and peaceful. And I absolutely love that.
I love that. I like how Barbara figured out. So they do it Christmas Eve morning. I think as moms, we have to figure out ways to take the stress out of it and still make it special. So she hasn't said, okay, with so much family around, which we don't necessarily have that, but I've heard a lot of moms say it's so stressful because it's going from door to door and people coming over and it's just nonstop.
Right.
So Barbara's figured out a way to just quiet it down and just do their nuclear family and think outside the box a little. I've never heard anyone do it Christmas Eve morning. I like that.
Yeah, that is super fun. I think Brooklyn is going into adulthood. As a matter of fact, from the day this airs, like Monday, December 25th, when this is airing, she is still 17. However, on Wednesday, when our next episode airs, she will be an official adult because she will be 18 on December 26th.
Oh my goodness.
She is our Christmas baby. And maybe I'll tell that story. I don't know if I've told that story. She's our Christmas miracle. Truly. And so yeah, isn't that kind of funny? This week, she's 17 now. She's going to be 18 in our next episode. Wow. But it was always hard kind of balancing parents and in-laws and aunts and uncles and all this stuff. And then my parents split up earlier in our marriage. And so they'd been married 32 years and split up after that, which was really hard. But then it was that weird, like, okay, do we go to dad's house? Do we go to mom's house? Do we go to Garrett's parents' house? And just trying to like be pulled apart. Right. So I liked actually for several years before we even had kids, Garrett and I would just take off usually for Thanksgiving, just the two of us. Because I was like, I can't handle being pulled in all these different directions. It was just too hard. And so now, our family is very peaceful with one another. My parents have a good relationship with each other now and stuff, which is wonderful. And so yeah, it is hard though, trying to balance all of the family members. And then I think about when my girls this is where I was going with Brooklyn's going to be 18. Like as she's going into adulthood and getting closer to probably being married someday, I think, well, what is it going to look like for her family? And I want her to spend Christmas with me, but then she's going to have a husband and he's going to want to spend Christmas with his family. And so yeah, it's hard to balance all the people and make everybody happy.
Mm-hmm. And I think we can learn. I like that where you're thinking as now when I'm going to be the mom of an adult child or the mother-in-law, I've just seen my mom do it so well. She's always like, whatever. She actually insisted like, no, you guys, we're not coming over until you guys have done my mom's always been so sensitive to that and making sure that we're doing with Jesse's family or we're all together. Like, and it's always just taken pressure off me that she's never been like, you have to be with me all the time. She's never been like that. And so I want to be like that. Okay. This is one. Okay. Let me tell you one. You ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it Timea? Tim.
Oh, that was the next one I was going to do.
No way. Okay. I'm doing it. I love it. Okay. Cause I forgot it's okay. I think it's Timea Parker. Timmy Parker. Anyway, I remember reading about this years ago and I forgot about it, but now I want to re-implement. I want to do this. It's the 4 gift rule, she says, where you give something you want, or you get something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read.
Yeah.
I remember when I had little kids, I had read that somewhere and then it just never happened. But I love that. It takes all the it takes all the guesswork out of, and it also helps you really think about each kid and be intentional with your gifts. I love that idea.
Yes. Yeah, that is fun. In case you guys missed it, this is what she does. It's the 4 gift rule: something you want, so something your kids want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. And agreed. That's so funny you said that one, because that was my next one that I was going to read. Because
I think it's a good thinking outside the box of gifts. And the other thinking outside the box of gifts that I'm wondering if people do is a handmade Christmas. Have you ever done where every gift has to be handmade?
Yeah. No,
and
I
that's
would never
fun
do
because
that.
you have to work on it all year, and you have to really think about, like, what would my sister want? And they're all handmade gifts. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love it when people think outside the box for gift giving, and it's not just this feeding frenzy of purchasing.
Yeah, running to the store at the last minute to
I
fill
love
a box.
that one. The 4
I
gift
would never
rule.
do that. I mean, that's
Handmade.
No,
Not so
I'm saying
funny.
I would never be the mom who runs to the store the day before Christmas or Christmas
Grab
Eve
things.
to get gifts. Oh, no, I totally would do
Yeah,
that. I've
I
done
loved
that actually.
one.
But
Okay,
yeah,
what's your next one?
well, just real
yeah.
quick, on that
Yeah.
topic of making
Gifts?
things,
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't, not that I would, I'm not a super crafty person. I
Yeah.
used to be. It's kind of weird. This is bizarre.
It's time.
Now that I'm thinking of it,
think.
I used to be more crafty before I had kids. And then after I had kids, I'm not so crafty anymore.
I think it's because you don't probably have the time.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I just love
but
the idea of a handmade Christmas, but we haven't done, I mean, it takes a lot of time and thought, but I
Yes.
don't know. I have such a passion to be like, let's give thoughtful, like, I don't know, intentional gifts, not just,
Yes.
Here's my list, buy what's on my list.
Right. No, I
hate
agree with
that.
the intentional part of it.
Yeah. It doesn't
but-
have to be handmade.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what it is. And if it's handmade, is it something that person's going to like? Or
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It depends how talented your family is. Jesse could make the most amazing handmade gifts. And everybody would be like, this is my favorite gift. If I did it, they might be like, wow.
Like what? What would he make?
doily, Mom. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, he's amazing at woodwork. And he does a lot of handmade gifts with the kids for me. But he's amazing at woodworking. I remember one year he whittled Colson. He's really just amazing he's just artistic and really talented like that. But I mean, maybe I'll give everybody a cookie. I handmade this cookie for you.
Right.
Hope you like it. A friendship bracelet.
Abby, years ago, you sent me a picture and you said, do you know what these are? And I was like, no, I had no idea what they were. Do you remember this?
No,
They ended up being earrings. They were earrings
What? I don't
that you had made. And they were some part of some animal.
Oh, they're the elk ivories. I wear them all the time. So elk ivories their teeth.
Yes.
Okay, if you're not in the outdoor world, this probably sounds weird.
Talk to normal people here, Abby.
Well, but it sounds really weird when I talk to normal. All of a sudden I'm like, that is weird. But it's so not weird. But okay, so elk have they're molars. They each have 2, and they're called elk ivories. We're going to have to post a picture of this because they're beautiful. And you polish them and then you make jewelry out of them. So I have earrings and a ring and a bracelet. And everywhere I go, people are like, that's the most beautiful pearl. People think it's some sort of beautiful stone or pearl.
Yeah.
But they're called elk ivories and they're actually the teeth. And when you say it like that, it's so weird. But that's
You're
what
wearing
it is.
teeth on your ears.
Okay, I'll post a picture in January of my elk ivories because then you guys won't think that it's weird because it's beautiful.
Well, they are beautiful, but here's the funniest part of that whole story. I don't know if you remember this. You sent me a picture, and when you send a picture through like texting, you can't tell the size of things.
Okay, right.
So you sent a picture to me and you said, do you know what these are? And I was like, I have no idea. So I showed them to Garrett and he was like, they look like Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I have no idea what a Rocky Mountain oyster is.
That's funny.
And we were dying because we had no idea what this was. And so I think we texted you and said Rocky Mountain oysters. And you're like, no.
I was
and
dying.
for
and we
our
won't
listeners.
Oh, you're going to tell them what Rocky Mountain oysters
No, I'm
are?
not.
Okay, I was good. I was going to say we should.
If you don't know what Rocky Mountain oysters are,
they're a delicacy.
Look it up.
Rocky Mountain oysters are a delicacy. And they're a delicacy. That's all I'm going to say. But no, I don't make jewelry out of Rocky Mountain oysters.
Hilarious, which Garrett now has eaten with Andrew Pudawa.
Oh, really?
If that isn't the most bizarre thing.
That's hilarious.
He and Andrew had dinner months ago, maybe even a year ago.
Well, here's the thing. If you're in a ranching community, That's just what you do. Everybody gets together and you just have like it's a Rocky Mountain oyster feast. And that's like
Andrew
the most
actually
normal
made
part.
them for Garrett.
Okay.
He cooked them in his home. And I was like,
hilarious.
no, never.
It's very, very common in a ranching community.
So stinking funny. Anyway, this SoCal girl cannot hang with the Rocky Mountain oysters.
You've got the SoCal girl and the country girl sitting here talking about it. That's awesome.
Hilarious. Okay. We are out of time. We're going to come back on Wednesday, the day after Brooklyn's birthday, and we're going to talk some more about your traditions and things. If you happen to be listening to this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas. It is exciting to be part of your world, and thank you for being with us today and this year. You guys are such a blessing to us. You have no idea. We love what we do. And Abby and I love talking together and encouraging you and just talking through fun things like this. So Merry, Merry Christmas. We will see you back on Wednesday. If you've not left a review for this podcast, we would greatly appreciate it. That could be like your Christmas gift to us if you would do that. You can leave a review on, I think, any app that you listen to it on. Most of the ones that we see are through Apple Music. But thank you for listening. Stay tuned to the very end to hear what's coming up next on the podcast, and we will see you back here on Wednesday. Bye.
Education is discipleship, and this is something I didn't understand until I was probably 3 years into homeschooling. The Bible teaches us in Luke 6:40 that when a student is fully trained, he will be like his teacher. And as we look around the culture right now, I think it begs the question, who is teaching our children? Who is teaching our children, and what are they teaching our children? And to me, the primary benefit of having my children home with me is I am able to impart my worldview to my children.
You were just talking about Christmas around the world and like, what do other people do?
Yeah.
One of the traditions that Sabina said that they do is caroling in multiple languages.
Yes.
And I was like, well, that's fun. Except,
and smart Sabina. Not all of us have multiple languages.
And I'm so curious to know, like, how many languages does Sabina and her family know? Is it
that's so
like
cool.
English and Spanish, or is it like English, Spanish, French, Portuguese?
I don't know, but she's clearly
Chinese.
one-upping the rest of our homeschools.
I know.
Because we speak one
really
language.
Cool though. Or, I mean, here's the thing. You could find Christmas carols
and
in other languages, and you could learn them.
Yeah, that's so true.
So
I know Feliz Navidad, do you? Or at least I know one line of it.
Yes.
I know a solid line of that song.
Right.